Every time I go to sell this Nikon D750, the same scenario happens. I go out with my D750 to do some photography. And then I turn around and come home saying the same old thing. I'm never selling this D750, no way. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. For years now, this Nikon D750 has been my backup camera to my Nikon D850. But just lately, I've noticed I've been using it more and more. So in a world where mirrorless cameras now appear to be the norm, why am I still hanging on to this DSLR camera? In this video, I'll be chatting about the reasons why I'll never sell this D750 and how I plan on using it moving forward. To begin with, let's talk about the 24 megapixel full frame image quality. I love the colors and images this D750 produces straight out of the camera. It delivers what I believe to be some of the richest, most vibrant and true to life colors. Just have a look at this dragonfly I captured on a red flower with my Nikon AFS 80-400mm lens. The early morning sunlight just came out at the right time to backlight this little guy, and I love how you can even see the fine hairs around its body. Then you've got the amazing low light performance. From astro, sunrises, sunsets, long exposures, fireworks or night cityscapes, the D750 shines in all these situations. Okay, granted, this old Nikon D750 isn't the best when it comes to autofocus and video, but I actually like to use this camera in manual focus because I think it gives me greater control when I'm doing those shallow depth of field shots. I know its highest video setting is only 1080p at 60 frames per second, but there is just something dreamy and cinematic about the footage when I slow it down to 25 frames per second in editing. This is how I actually like to use the D750 to do all my B-roll on my YouTube videos for things like intros to gear I'm reviewing or while I'm out in the field doing my landscape or bird and wildlife vlogs. To get these type of shots in video, 9 times out of 10, I combine the D750 with a cheap Nikon AFS 50mm f1.8G prime lens that I bought second-hand in mint condition for just $100. The D750 excels at dynamic range with amazing recovery of shadows with low noise at high ISOs. I want to draw your attention to this shot of a termite mound in a tree that I took with the D750 and the Nikon 70-200mm f2.8 VR2 lens. Look, let's be honest here, it's horrible, right? Pretty ordinary looking shot, and I've completely missed the focus. Or did I? This is where the magic of the D750 really takes my breath away, with its incredible dynamic range and low noise detail in the shadows. Cropping in and having a closer look as we lift up those shadows in post-processing, we actually find I didn't miss focus at all. The single point autofocus shot I threaded through the opening of the nest revealed this baby kookaburra. When it comes to DSLR versus mirrorless, to me, it's all about personal preference. Honestly, I don't care what camera people choose to use. It's about getting a camera you feel comfortable with and enjoy using every time you pick it up. This is exactly what happens when I use the D750. So while this camera is still perfectly operational and giving me great results in both stills and video, then I just don't see the need to upgrade. Kind of like selling a perfectly good, reliable car that gets me from A to B without any hassles, for another car that does exactly the same thing, only I've forked out extra cash for it. Nikon have stopped manufacturing the D750 for some time now, but at least I've got this camera safely in my possession. I don't really have to worry about trying to find one secondhand, buying off some sort of dodgy backdoor dealer. You can call me old-fashioned, but I love having this D750 as part of my camera lineup. I know it's old and I know it's old tech, but honestly, I know what its limits are and I know what it's capable of. But importantly, I know what I can achieve with it. Of course, then there's the fantastic ergonomics, long battery life, build quality, ease of use, and above all, the reliability of the D750. I could go on and on about why I'm never going to sell this camera, but I think by now you pretty much get the picture. So moving forward, I'll continue to use this camera for stills in a variety of different photography situations, giving me those amazing colors and dynamic range, and also for video B-roll on all my vlogs and reviews for my YouTube videos. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you actually own a Nikon D750, then I'd love to know your experiences with it, so leave them in the comments below. And I've actually made a playlist for you. I'm just going to leave that right here. I've made a whole heap of D750 videos here on my channel, and I show you how I like to use it and set it up for things like landscape, astro, bird and wildlife, and a heap more. Never stop creating, and I'll see you next time.